Once Remy and the factory saw that they could actually break the silence and that this could lead to increased adoption of the products, they were very excited. And they wanted to scale this up. We've seen that discussions worked, but this is in a group of 25 workers, and the factories are at least 5,000 people. So how do you scale this up? And they had a very ingenious idea, very original, which is in the factories, during work hours, there's loudspeakers that they play music. And they recorded audio skits, short audio conversations between daughters and mothers, between husbands and wives, between colleagues, talking about menstruation naturally, right? So they made these professional small podcasts and they wove them in the factory normal music program for 2 months every day. So this was just a couple of minutes. And this was the display for 4,000 workers. And we have some data from before this was introduced and after, and we can look at whether stigma change. And we see that women report much less stigma and taboos on the topics. And we see that men report to be more supportive at home. And I already mentioned how men help women because they buy products for them a lot of times. But what was also interesting that we saw that is that there are some norms that did not change. So any norm related to the visibility of menstrual products did not change. So women could speak about the topic with men. Women could also talk about the shopkeeper and go pick up the product. But when it comes to drying the clean absorbent, for example, with the rest of the laundry outdoors, we saw that this was still very socially inappropriate and no audio campaign or group discussion changed that. So this is a learning of how much awareness may be able to do, and I'm going to find this also in other research projects.